Hey, what is up guys? This is Bill from Budget Tech and this is the AiWatch. Not the iWatch, the AiWatch. Now I bet most of you guys are scratching your heads right now and thinking, well, what the devil is an AiWatch? So basically they're a Chinese smartwatch manufacturing company that have a few products with a surprising amount of resemblance to, let's say, another product. Anyways, the look of it definitely caught my eyes, and I actually have the highest end model here, the M18, which actually has some decent specs. So powering this bad boy, we have an MTK 6260A processor, a 1.5 inch 240 by 240 LCD display, a 0.3 megapixel front facing camera, 200 megabytes of internal storage, but that is upgradable by a micro SD card up to 32 gigs, and finally it also features a gyroscope as well as an NFC chip. Taking a look around the device, it's actually built surprisingly well. In the front, there's a 2.5D glass panel as well as your 0.3 megapixel front-facing camera. On the left side, you guys can see a little flap that covers the micro USB port needed to charge this device, as well as the speaker grills. Also, this whole trim is built out of aluminum, which makes this watch feel extremely solid and high quality. Finally, moving on to the right side, we see the only button on this whole smartwatch, which acts as both the sleep wake button as well as the home button. The band that comes with this smartwatch is not removable, but it is pretty flexible, therefore being pretty comfortable. Now, flipping the watch to its back, it actually has a removable back panel for you to access. And once you pop that off, you get to see the battery of this watch, which is extremely tiny. And this is actually a 350 milliamp hour battery. The battery life of the AiWatch is okay. I normally get around 1.5 days of use before I have to plug this thing back in. Nothing else too exciting about the battery, so let's put it aside and see what's underneath it. And we see a micro SD card slot as well as a SIM slot, so the AiWatch can actually be used as a standalone smartwatch and doesn't have to be tethered to your Android or iOS smartphone. But don't worry, the smartwatch can be used both ways, and it's actually extremely fast at finding your smartphone. So I'm just gonna turn this watch back on here, and as you guys can see, it only takes around 15 seconds for it to find my phone and pair with it. Once it's paired, all the notifications that appear on your phone will now appear on your wrist. Now, taking a look at the OS of this watch, it's actually running a skin version of Android. And when you first press the home button, you get greeted with your watch face of choice, which there's actually 3 to choose from. And one swipe will bring you to the main menu, which has your phone app as well as your messaging app. So let's first take a look at the phone app, and you guys can see we have the full dialer. And this works both when you're tethered to your smartphone or have your SIM card in the device itself. Taking a look at the messaging app, you could actually write a message on this extremely tiny keyboard, which is impossible to type on. I really don't know the logic behind a keyboard this size, but hey, if you want a keyboard, you have it. Let's press the home button to go back to the main menu and check out the tools. So in here you guys can add contacts or songs, so you wouldn't have to mess around with that tiny number pad, which is also pretty much impossible to use. Swiping to the left side again, you'll get exposed to more apps such as the calculator app, the Bluetooth pairing app, the calendar app, and another phone app for some reason, an alarm clock app, as well as a contacts app. And let's swipe to the left again, you'll see more apps such as the music app, the voice memo app, and a camera app. But for all your selfie lovers, I really don't recommend taking pictures on this camera because it's 0.3 megapixels. Yeah, that's all there is to be said. There's also a fitness app with a stopwatch in it, as well as a step counter so you guys can see how much steps you took each day. There's also a sleep tracker to see how well you slept, and also a sedimentary reminder to tell you you've been sitting for too long and need to get up and walk around. So the watch has a ton of features and the OS is generally pretty smooth, but one thing I don't like about it is the screen. The screen has decent color and is pretty pixel dense, but one gripe that I have with it is it's a TN screen. Normally when I want to see the time, I like to just glance at my watch, but you can't do it with this watch since the screen is absolutely unviewable unless you're staring at it straight on. The watch is also extremely big, and if you have small wrists, then you might want to look elsewhere. other than those two problems, this watch is actually pretty good. And if you want to trick your friends into thinking that you got the Apple Watch, then you should definitely get this. And that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. This is Bill from Going With Your Tech, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.